up, everybody? It's your boy C Tez, and we're back with Real and Uncomfortable. To my right, we have the usual suspects.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ray-Bans, what's up, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
E-Man Music.
Yeah. And there's been a lot going on. Rayven has just gotten back from a Chris Brown concert. You can see her photos going viral shortly.
First of all, I did not pay that $1,000, so I'm not paying $1,000.
You wouldn't pay $1,000 for Chris Brown picture?
I
Like for real?
wouldn't, but if somebody gifted me $1,000 to go see Chris Brown and get pictures, then I would do it.
So why wouldn't you pay for it?
Because to me, that's ridiculous. I don't idolize people, like, I don't famous people like that to that extent. There's a few artists who I'd be like, damn, like, I really want to see, but there's a limit to the fact that I'm going to see them. And taking pictures with Chris Brown's not going to do nothing for me.
Is there any artist who you pay $1,000 to get backstage and kick it with?
I don't think so.
Wow.
Maybe like to kick it with.
Yeah,
I feel like I would do that like with Wayne.
Lil Wayne?
Yeah, because
Lil Wayne,
not because I find him attractive, but just because like he inspired me to become a rapper, low key. You know.
Wow.
Get her mixtape coming up soon.
Right, for real. It's gonna call Never a Ceiling.
Okay, she thought about it too.
There was never a ceiling.
It was never a ceiling.
Thought about it too.
Yo, if y'all don't know, man, recently there's been a couple of girls going viral. Their pictures been going viral. They had Chris Brown made a meet and greet, about $1,000, $1,100, something like that. And they just been taking a bunch of, I don't know, would you call the pictures provocative?
Some.
I don't think they were too provocative. I definitely see some crazy joints where they was just like bending over and just crazy.
Touching hands on your
or
knees type
even
shit.
holding shorty, like, you know what I mean?
just gripping.
Now, it's tough. It's tough because I don't...
Like someone called off.
Me personally, I wouldn't be that upset. It's tough. It's tough. Like, how would you feel if your girl did that to us?
Oh, man.
You calling off an engagement?
See, now, okay, it depends. I feel like there's stuff that and there's a lot of assumptions here, but that's a lot of money to be spending on anything, first off.
For sure.
But he knew that she was going to spend that money. He just didn't know what the outcome was going
picture
to
would
be.
Was that the case? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
The issue that I have is the one shorty who's like, what did she say? She was almost like, I don't care. Like, you could go. Like, I'd rather take a picture with Chris than to be with you.
Yeah.
If you're on that type of time,
Right.
I don't want it.
I don't think it's so much that the guy calling off the engagement was crazy, which it is. Don't get me wrong, it is. I think anybody calling off an engagement because of that is crazy. But I think maintaining the posture that I would do it again is like, so your partner is that offended by what happened, what you did, and you like, yeah, well, nigga, this is Chris Brown. I think that's the wild energy that comes about.
I mean, y'all really jealous off of somebody that's not like, you get what I mean? I get like,
Y'all
if it was
say
like,
that all the time.
this is
Keke Palmer part 2. That's what this is.
It's not but that situation was so innocent. I'm not saying that this is innocent because the picture may look worse than what it is, but Chris Brown's not worried about none of these females.
You know what it is?
Nah, see, and that's the problem. Like, a lot of girls who play this game.
He's not.
Yo,
It's
until
a
he is.
picture.
That's what
Until
I'm
he
saying.
is. Until
If
he
he is
is.
interested, he will
Bro,
take you to the back.
he took the picture and he said next, and then there's a line
that's
of other
nice.
bitches.
You could confirm that?
Huh?
You could confirm that?
You know how many bitches paid $1,000 for the concert?
I'm sure, but I've seen.
Yeah, man, remember the Kevin Hart shit? He said, "What's your name?" I said, "Angelo." "Andrew, nice to meet you." I said, "Damn." Kevin Hart was crazy.
For sure, but I've seen Chris Brown behind the scenes play on something like, yo, put your number in here real quick.
Okay.
Right.
I've seen that on camera.
Just
you know
real
what I'm saying?
Wow.
Do your thing. I ain't mad at you, but that does happen to where now for that chick who took the picture was like, yo, whatever. If Chris Brown asked for her number, would she give it to him?
I don't know. That's
Probably
up to
would.
her.
She
If she
probably
did,
would.
then he can get mad.
But
Nah, man, it's all about the
I don't know.
the intent in there, because
1,000%.
when you go into the situation like that, you got a dude who's saying, I'm offended by what you did,
Right.
and then you're like,
So
so
what?
that's not problematic.
we gotta think about the bigger picture. What can Chris Brown do for us? Feel me?
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
but you know what? She's joking, but there's women who think like
no,
that.
you didn't see that.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if one of y'all sent the post.
It was
of
like the guy texting. He was like, he got a side piece, but like they're like, baby, we both broke. She paying for this. Da, da,
no,
da.
but not even that. There was like some dude, right? Him and the girls chilling in bed. And then she called her side nigga to bring her food, and he was like, make sure he bring enough for the both of us. Now we both eating.
Well, I mean, that definitely happens.
Yeah.
Bro, if you're ever on a date and she asks you like, she gotta take some food home
To
for,
go?
It's for the baby daddy.
Yeah, it's her baby daddy. Just know that. But
Everybody
yeah,
gotta eat. Okay.
that's wild.
Let me see if you can run it.
He running through everybody. Jones.
No, dead ass though. Y'all be mad over those pictures.
The picture not itself.
I don't.
It's her
The
energy.
principle?
It's the principle.
I
I
think
mean,
it is.
if indeed I had an issue with it, it would be kind of her reaction to it that changes things, right?
Okay.
Shorty was a little too pompous about it. She was like in his face, like, so I wouldn't even. It's like, okay, we were engaged, and you would rather throw away our entire engagement and this future that we had leveraged because you got to take a picture with Chris Brown.
Okay, real quick. Raven's boyfriend wants to say something.
Go ahead.
That's you? Why don't you try to show me?
She hates this.
Oh. Well, yeah, he showed me pictures that, damn. That was you? That's my fault. What were you going to say, Raven?
What just
Nigga,
happened?
you just stopped the podcast.
What just happened?
I thought you were trying to say something.
Bro.
Like, what the
I was about
fuck?
to
I'm
say, did
producing.
Ray go to a Chris Brown concert or
Yeah.
Usher
I
concert?
didn't go to
There's
a Chris Brown
actual
concert.
Wait, but,
picture floating around?
let me ask you, how would you feel if she went to a Chris Brown concert, went behind backstage or whatever, and took a picture like? Did you see the picture?
I feel like she's got a set for less before.
Oh. Well, what pictures did you take?
Shine the light on him.
What's the story, homie?
What is
Yeah.
the story?
What's the
Spell the
story?
T.
That he had,
Spell the legally highest.
Spill legally high.
I'll do it for the sake of content. Man, so, let's say, Raven, black woman.
Right.
It looked like my man over here. Oh, yeah, he's right next to me. Had a little thing for white women back in his prime. Or not his prime is now, but back in his time.
You have a thing for white women?
I don't have a thing for white women.
Oh,
but
okay.
He had a whole album full of him and white women.
I
Hold
think
on a second.
that
Where's this
there's been
going?
pictures
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
There's been pictures before of coworkers and that was in love and liked. And I haven't had nobody up in the air. So, I mean, if you're taking pictures in the air with Chris Brown and I'm taking pictures of people as friends, I think it's a little crazy to look at it that way. If you're taking
What are
pictures
you?
in the air,
What are you even saying?
Did you get upset at him taking certain pictures with
Oh,
coworkers?
you're talking about okay, yeah,
Okay,
no.
let's-
So
let's-
now it's clicking. Now it's clicking. Yeah, so
Let's talk
like,
about it.
Peep this, right? So like during this time period, I feel like in our relationship, he was working in a predominantly white career, right?
Okay.
Tennis. Fucking
Okay.
loser. Can't play football. Right? Sorry.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And then him and those group of people used to like hang out like all the time, right? So during that time period, like it wasn't like, oh, come, like, you know what I mean? Although like people would just, be amongst other people, right? So this is like Facebook when you like can tag other people. Mind you, this is like 8-7 years ago or whatever. But the picture popped up on his feed and he's like hugging behind one of these white girls like this. And I asked him about the picture, but prior to that, I already had like insecurities about this one person in general because I just feel like you're overly friendly, and I don't really fuck with that. So like for me, I take respect serious. If somebody was trying to talk to me, I'm deading it. You get what I mean? Like you try to take a picture, we giving church hugs, like. So for me, I feel like that was disrespectful. So when I did mention the Chris Brown picture, it was a picture of 4. It was like one with a girl bent over, one with a girl hugging him, one with a girl jumping, but then one with the same pose that he did with that girl. I was like, you will let me.
We're going to have to do it side by side.
Yeah. I was like, you will let me take a picture with Chris Brown like that? He said, yeah, fuck no, fuck all of that. And then I was like, oh, how about this one? He was like, hell no. And I was like, oh, that's funny because you have the same picture with that bitch.
Damn. Why
So and then he was like, oh, you talking about that picture? Oh, no, that's cool. That's cool. I wouldn't care about that one. I was like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Who is this? Because this is an incorrect
It's
conversation.
not. It's not.
Keep the same Scorpio energy.
It's not.
Yo, Ted, you good over there?
Oh,
You
yeah,
good?
no, I'm good. I'm
checking
just,
your pics?
I'm over here. I'm just outside, like,
Yeah, no, I
I'm
don't.
not in this one. I'm gonna let you
I
guys.
don't do
You just gotta do the
Come
E-Man
over the
music and
table.
put your elbow on his shoulder. That's the E-Man music pose.
Keep it simple, you know what I mean? But nah, it's a tough one. I don't think that I would be mad at my shorty taking a picture like that. I think it's more so if I bring it up, her reaction. If she's on some like I don't care, then that says a lot. If she's on some like my fault, like I didn't think it was that deep, I won't do it again, or you know what I mean, I'll be more mindful when I'm taking pictures. Then we can keep it pushing.
Yeah, I feel like it depends on how you bring it up. To me, I don't take nothing like that serious.
But I do feel like Chris Brown is doing the Lord's work. He's exposing a lot of these girls.
The Lord's work. It's a
Hey man,
anyway.
that comment section does a lot though.
Next topic.
There's a lot of them in there talking about they can do whatever they want,
Right.
and that that just speaks to that level of respect you were just talking about.
So if your favorite porn star was doing pictures and she's taking provocative pictures with everybody, not like too crazy, but like, you stand next to her, she bends over,
Right.
she like bends down, pretends like to do all that stuff like that, but you already know that's going to be the type of energy. You still taking the picture? You're going to be like, nah,
well,
my girl.
if I'm in a full-blown relationship, why am I out here,
Why are you
it's an
anywhere?
event. It's an event.
But I wouldn't even go to an
wouldn't
event
even
like that.
So y'all
that.
don't go to strip clubs?
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I've been in a relationship, I haven't been.
Yeah. See, he doesn't go to strip clubs.
I haven't been.
Yo,
He doesn't go to strip clubs.
Every
What you
time we
talking
go
about?
into another city, let's go to the strip club. Let's go to the strip club.
I am not spoken for. I can do what I want.
Facts.
You're
Big
not.
facts.
Let
Big
him say
facts.
that again. Sorry, say it again.
I am not spoken for. I can do what I want.
All right.
1,000%.
Put that up immediately.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Let's see what the comments say.
Yeah.
we gonna say a word. That's how we move it now.
They know what it is. I'm playing. That's crazy. Look, man, I'm just saying, if this goes beyond the pictures, fuck the pictures, right? If we're talking about somebody coming to you about something that they were bothered by, do you take it seriously or not?
Of course.
We always talk about why relationships are failing and why we can't get to the point of marriage and all these other things. Well, when it comes to men speaking up about things that make them feel uncomfortable in a relationship.
anything.
It's not just men. It's both parties.
No, it's not.
No.
Not to
I'm
the
saying,
same level.
I'm saying in these situations, men are like, yo, this is a thing. And it's always viewed as something trivial to women. And y'all just kind of brush it off. Well, it's okay. He's just my favorite celebrity. And like, sure, if I had the chance to jump his bones, I would. But he's not looking at me, so you shouldn't take it seriously. Meanwhile, Usher grabbing all on your ass and shit.
Bro, it's Usher. So my advice to women is to active listen to like what they have to say. Like use active listening, because although I feel like the main issue can be stupid in simple terms, you have to understand the emotion that's behind it, and that's what you need to address first. Like, so if you feel some type of way about something I don't agree with, my job is not to argue you. My job is just to address why you felt that way. Did you feel that way because you were insecure? Did you feel disrespected? Did you feel that I didn't take your feelings under consideration? I'll address that first and make sure that, what do I have to do going forward to make sure you don't feel that way? And then we could just move on from there.
Well, let's talk about that insecurity thing anyway. Because I feel like people going to hear that. And when you say he feel insecure.
You didn't see him twitch over here when I said insecure? He was like,
well,
like,
okay, but
yeah,
here,
you
but
did.
I want to ask. So, what do
You
y'all
got-
consider being insecure? What do y'all think that means?
But the thing is, I feel like you guys take it as in we're saying that you're not a confident person. Like you throw insecurities like that title to women and expect for us to receive it. But like men are insecure.
Break it down though.
So like for an example, I feel like I don't know, like let's say like for a woman, let's say she's attractive. She's also very outgoing. She can go into a room. People gravitate to her not because of her body or her looks, but
Her
like
energy.
Got
just
the
her
yeah.
energy. I feel like a lot of men who date women like that feel like they have to have a controlling approach to that type of woman. Like, okay, you can't do this. I don't want you hanging around these people. Why you got to go here? Why you always got to be outside? You can
Yeah.
never stay in the house. But like, you don't practice what you preach. So it's like this is how you met me. This is who I am. This is how I act.
wait.
But like, because you feel like I get, so let me just
No,
say,
go
I'm gonna
ahead.
say
Get
this.
it up,
I'm
get it
gonna
up,
let
get it
y'all
up.
say your
Get
piece.
it up, get it
But
up.
like, men don't get attention the same way women get attention.
Right.
So like women get attention. I want to say, I mean, if she's an average looking person, I want to say a solid 6, probably almost on a daily basis,
Yes.
right? Men, you might not get that as often depending on who you are. So I feel like in her reality, attention is nothing.
Yes.
Like so in her, it's just like this dude said this, all right, bye. Like he said this, all right. Like you know what I mean? It doesn't affect us the same way. You guys see it, and I feel like it comes with questions when there's no questions that need to be asked.
Right. Now, a couple things, right? Yes, you're absolutely right. I do think men and women live in two different realities when it comes to attention. That said, acknowledging that both of those realities exist and that there are things around it, she might not register attention as being whatever because it's not special. That does not change the intent of the attention, right? So, yes, she's outgoing, she's attractive, she might be full of energy, and she's that type of person who's just charismatic. She brings these people around her, and does that mean that the attention that she's getting is completely innocent because she views it as innocent?
It's not necessary. Or just picture this, right? Imagine like your first time Jehovah's Witness knocked on your fucking door, right? Like they like knock on your door, they hand you a Bible. Do you believe in Jesus Christ? And now you're sitting here, listening to what the fuck they have to say. Imagine if they came to your house every fucking day.
I don't gotta open the door.
But I'm saying exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like when, you open the door, you see it's them, you slam the door in their face. You're not worried about being disrespectful anymore.
Right. But
so I feel like women, when it happens to them, on a daily basis, they're not like get the fuck out of my face. Like why are you in my face? Or like what I mean?
No, but that's not the energy that they give.
Yes.
A lot of times
They're
they
opening
entertain
the door.
it. They take the number. They take the Instagram. They communicate.
In a relationship?
Yes.
No. No, they do not. I'm telling you, they do not.
That is cap.
I feel like vice versa. Men, when you guys get your first piece of attention for the week, y'all be dwelling in that, smiling,
It's a rare,
skipping to the car.
It can be.
Dang, she said, I got nice arms. Like, you over here, did my arms get bigger? Like,
Yeah.
I'm saying women, we don't.
Just look again. That's y'all different realities, right? As a man, if the frequency of
So if anything, who's
I feel like we're looking at
it
it the wrong way.
Yes, it's
My issue is a lot of women try to pretend like, oh no, I just got his number just because. Oh yeah, no, I'm not interested in him, but I'm just texting him just because. A lot of women give off that energy
in a relationship.
Yes.
Then you need to cut her off.
okay. Then that means
But
that
I'm
it's
saying,
wrong,
I'm
right?
saying no,
that
like,
means
no.
it's wrong,
That's
right?
wrong.
Because what they say, oh no, don't be insecure. He's
Yes,
nobody. That's just my
he's
guy
nobody.
friend.
That's just
But
That's
no,
the
but
energy.
you know what?
That's where the
No,
insecurity statement
'Cause
comes in.
I feel
Because it's
like
like you shouldn't be worried. I'm with you. He's just texting
you
me.
guys
I don't really care.
But you guys turn, I feel like, innocent situations into
No,
issues.
No, y'all choose to try to
dictates
look
what
at it as
what
innocent.
innocent
No,
situation
you turn
is.
it into issues.
Also, when we say insecurity, I just want to put out that the security that you have within your relationship is partially responsible.
Your partner's partly responsible for that.
Yes. You, like, depending on
so
how
your
you
partner
treat your
is
partner.
responsible for the insecurities?
Partly.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
peep it.
Cool.
I can't control what you do outside and all of that. Mm-hmm. But if you're out there entertaining conversations and doing all that and making me look crazy, even if nothing is actually happening, you're still giving off that image of anybody can have access
Y'all
to.
got a real- you got a real life example?
Anybody.
Okay.
I need a real life example because I feel like
Okay.
Boom,
look.
boom, boom. I was dating this girl, right? Mm-hmm. She went to, I forgot what it was. It was like a little event with her girlfriends, right? Mm-hmm. Some guy, you know where you park your car at the garage? Mm-hmm. The garage guy got her number, texted her. So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Oh, no, he just asked for my number. I just gave it to him. For what? No reason.
can I play devil's
ahead.
advocate? Okay. So, like, what do you guys feel about women doing certain things for, like, safety purposes?
I was going to say
Cap,
that's a
Cap,
good
wait,
reason.
No. Because that's what she said, right? When I called the dude, what he told me was, your girl was the friendliest. The other girls just, they didn't pay you no mind.
Niggas be
Your
saying
girl-
anything, though.
Look. All right. Look.
Why'd you call the dude?
Hold on. No.
To figure out why he texted my girl.
Because email's confrontation. You don't see his hand.
Bro, I'm
Hell
know,
yeah.
right,
You
come
did
on.
slap fire at that nigga in the
Come
parking
on.
lot.
Hey, he put that on that nigga.
But that's my whole point.
He got tips on tips.
Her perspective was it's innocent. He asked for my number. I just gave it to him.
Yeah.
For what?
Nah, because some dudes really be out here
Nah,
they be
violating
wildin'.
women off of
But
them saying
you're there
no.
with 4 or 5 other girls, right? Why is he only getting
necessary.
your number?
There you go.
She was the nicest. She was the sweet. She was the friendliest. I spoke to the guy. He was harmless. Harmless guy. He didn't want no smoke.
You
know
got
what
the
I'm saying?
smoke.
He got the smoke.
But that's the whole thing. Like, you got to be mindful of the energy you give out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, it's not just you anymore. You're representing your man wherever you go.
All right.
Even when he's not here, you're still representing your relationship. So if every guy feels like he come up to you and get your number, that makes your man look like a
It
bozo.
does.
Yes,
it
it
does.
does. All
But a
right.
lot of women don't see that.
I don't think a lot of women
I
are having
promise
this
you.
issue.
I
I don't know what type
promise
of
you.
women
Look,
it
and
is.
here's the thing. Like, you can't just look at it as extremes, right? Like, if you see something and you say something about it, it doesn't mean that she's done it all the time, but nipping it in the bud there is crucial.
So can your girl give out her Instagram?
Who, my girl?
Why would you want him?
No,
Why would you
but I'm
want
just saying. What if like she's into social media, and they were like, "Oh, can I have your number? No, you can't have my number. I got a man, but you can have my Instagram."
If it's
networking.
networking purposes, yes. If there's a reason behind it, yes. For sure.
And even then,
but
the
that's not what it is
conversations-
most of the times. That's the problem.
So what about for you, right? So because you're a music artist, right? So you are around a lot of females,
Yeah.
especially like models or people like who are video vixens. When you're in a relationship, how do you go about remaining respectful and getting numbers from these type of prospects? So I'm sure you're gonna have to talk about their attraction level when you're reaching out to them by giving them that compliment of asking them to be in your video.
How do I remain respectful?
Is that respectful?
Go ahead.
How she asked me a
Do you
question?
think? Do you think?
I
Because
just wanna know, is that
I wasn't
respectful?
in that situation. But go ahead. Do you think?
So how do I remain respectful? I don't. Now I'm playing. But no, you just make sure that
Toxic.
there's always intent, right? You always allow the entire picture to be shown. Hey, I saw your Instagram profile. I really like your look. I think it would be great for
He don't be saying that. He be like, "How you doing, love?"
Hey, what's good, baby girl?
Yeah,
you want to just slide through?
listen.
No, it's exactly that. You let them know what I'm hitting you for. Like,
Pause.
unless if I'm trying to talk to you, I'm trying to talk to you. That's different. But if there's intentional, like, for a project, then we're talking about the project. Why would I talk about anything else?
Do you include your girl in that process, or is it kind of like has nothing to do with you?
No, but that's for a different reason. That's because first off, she got to be interested in that. In my past relationships, they've wanted it to remain separate, partially probably because of insecurities or things that made them feel uncomfortable. But also, sometimes people, when involved in that situation, their input may sacrifice the project
Yeah.
too. And it's not for them. Now, you got to be respectful in it. Like, if I know that you're, not going to feel the best about something, I may steer clear of that. But
So
that's
I have a
between the people
question
in the
too.
relationship.
So you, as an artist, and I'm not saying before I make this statement that you need to sacrifice your, music career, but like when it comes to shooting a music video, right? And I've been on set to your videos before when you're, grabbing ass and, having people sit on your lap
What I'm
and, all the extra stuff.
What I'm doing?
When you're in a relationship, like, where are the guidelines to respect?
That's a great question.
And like,
think-
do you navigate your music differently? Are you still talking about, being a city boy while you're in a relationship? Or do you remain respectful in that relationship and talk about, how much you're in love and how faithful you are? And
Well, see, the thing is that most people are not in a unique situation like that. So it's irrelevant to them. But for the sake of this, it stops and starts when the camera's rolling, right? If the camera's rolling, and
Chris
it's-
Brown, it stopped and started when the camera was rolling.
That's
so
different because their life has nothing. That was for their own personal enjoyment. That was not for any type of public eyes.
It's a gray line. It is a complete gray line.
But didn't you just say how people perceive you in the world?
No,
is,
it
so
is
like
it
if
is
I
a
have
gray
a
line.
man, right?
If he's
and
an artist, then that the
if I have
perception
a
is built
man,
in.
That's-
and the perception
It's-
you want to be
yes.
put out there is that you got mad bitches.
Yes.
Am I respected?
No. Hold on. Time out. It's a gray line, but I had this conversation with Tez because one thing that women have to realize is, let's take
Why
Tez
do
for
we
example.
always have to realize
Because-
something?
no.
Maybe
But
you guys
on
didn't
the opposite
realize
side
something.
of that, though, too. Look at.
Can the brother finish? Can the brother finish? Let's take Tez as an example, right? He is an
I'm good at
artist.
the topic here.
He's an artiste, right?
Thank you. Little posture.
So if a girl comes into the picture knowing that Tez is doing this,
Yo, you guys are so
hold
fucking funny.
on,
All right, go ahead.
Hold on. He knowing that Tez is doing this, right? She has to be kind of understanding. You can have conversations, but you have to understand
What are you walking into?
what you're walking into.
Yeah.
Now, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
But I'm saying stand on that statement. Stand on that statement. Stand on that statement.
I know where you're going.
Stand on that statement. Stand on that statement.
It's important to have those conversations because a lot of times women come in and they expect to change you without having those conversations.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah.
And before, can I? I'm
Because
sorry.
I know she gonna try to trip it
Yeah,
up to
no,
like
no,
the, you know
because
what I mean,
it's-
OnlyFans and all. I know where you going.
No, but here's the thing
ahead,
with that with
go ahead.
what Ray is trying to go with, right? Is this idea because we had this conversation
Some
before.
politicians, yeah.
Where it comes into a guy expecting a woman to change.
Right.
The difference is that take myself. If I'm artist facing Tez is different than Tez who you're in a relationship with.
1000%.
They're different worlds, right? So yes, there might come a point where artist facing Tez does change, but the change that immediately comes is behind the scenes Tez. So whereas artist facing may have blended before and I'm on set, we're at a party or whatever, I'm performing at the party, we're having a good time and somebody who's enjoying the party wants to talk to me and I will talk to them. But if I'm in a relationship, now I'm on stage, we had a good time. Oh, great, you like the music? That's awesome. I appreciate that. Follow me, thanks, bye. And that's it. There's no additional interaction because outside of the artist, when I'm just me, they're getting faithful, respectful Tez, respectful to the relationship.
How are you respectful to the relationship to begin with if you want the perception to be that you got mad bitches? I'm just sorry.
You have to, but see that right there is the
It's an
process
artist
and
thing.
why you can't. Maybe it's not built for a person
Right.
like you who
Right.
can't separate the two.
Right.
No, it's
When you
not.
look at like a Nicki Minaj, right? Look at any starlet who is, first of all, they all do the whole sex sells thing, right? No matter who
Cardi
it
B.
is. They're
been
all
married.
talking. She literally had a song talking about how wet her pussy was, despite being married.
But she also adds her man in all of her songs.
That doesn't mean that everything that she says is directed at her man. All the lines are
Sex
not.
sells.
It just does. When it comes to that, like Nicki Minaj, most people didn't even know she was in a
With
relationship
Safari.
until like it came out that they broke up.
That's because it's Safari. Why would you want to?
We're not
him?
gonna do that. That's crazy.
Don't
Like,
that's
what?
foul. That's foul.
That's foul.
Yeah, I feel like if she had a dude that she was proud of, it would definitely be out there.
No,
That-
I think it's where she was at in her career. She needed to.
She needed that
She
fan
needed,
base.
she needed to give the impression that she was single.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? That
these
that
niggas
helped.
but I'm saying dudes don't care.
No, we do.
They don't.
We do. In
They-
terms of consumers,
might.
no. In terms of consumers, we do care.
Look at
'Cause we actually
Beyonce.
think we have a chance.
Yeah, but look at Beyonce, right? People
Right.
look at her and they like she's attractive, right? But the fandom that she gets from the male demographic is completely
It's
different.
limited. It's limited
It's very limited.
because we know Jay-Z's in the picture.
Right.
I feel like. Never mind. I'm not even gonna.
No,
But anyway.
This is safe space.
No, it's not even that. I just say I feel like Beyonce is kind of like one of those people who are like the untouchable. Like, you know what I mean? You know when somebody is like so far out of reach, it's just not even like a thought in your mind. I
You
feel
feel like
when
Nicki
you,
Minaj
yeah,
is
but like,
touchable?
okay, yes. Think about or like somebody like Rihanna. She's with ASAP, but I feel like a lot
That
of
was another
people
one, too.
was still, huh?
That was another one too. That Rihanna of old versus Rihanna post ASAP is different.
Completely different.
Probably because she's pregnant or had a baby. But anyway.
These girls, all these girls
along.
got babies.
I just want to know. I'm not even gonna speak on it, but I'm gonna take your statement and a statement from a couple episodes ago,
ahead,
and we're
go
gonna
ahead.
put it together, and
No,
then we
try
can
to
talk
hit-
about it.
She's putting on her ice
No,
skates.
no.
Get ready, guys.
That's what I'm saying
Because-
because we're talking about entertainers versus regular people.
Yes.
There's a big difference.
Massive.
But it doesn't
That's the-
matter.
no,
but when
it
you
matters.
when you
does.
said this is how you met this person,
No, but
and you
that-
can't expect
Entertain-
them
it's
to
different.
change.
It's
Inter-
different.
no,
If
right?
but I'm saying like if you often mention like people who are a part of collectives where they travel and they're
All right.
surrounded by dudes and stuff like that, that's
No,
that's
no.
her.
Okay, let me give you a second.
Entertainers versus
Right,
regular
so
people
no,
is
say,
completely different.
let's go full extreme then, right? You're dating, you meet a woman who happens to be a porn star. You meet a man who happens to be a porn star,
Mm-hmm.
right? Their work involves them being physically intimate with other
Mm-hmm.
people. That's their job. So do you go in with the expectation that they are no longer going to
you
be
don't,
doing that?
but that's what I've been saying for
No,
weeks.
you were talking about regular people.
I was saying that for
Yes.
weeks.
No, you were talking about regular people. You're talking about girls who like to go out with their girlfriends and dress all
Yes.
provocatively and dress
I'm just
all...
talking about people in general. If that's how I met you, If I met my dude and that's how he was from the beginning, why would I expect for him to change?
We have to separate regular people versus entertainers.
If I liked it then, I gotta like it now.
No, because with entertainers, this is your career. This is what you're getting paid to do, or hopefully topefully trying to get paid to do. So it's different. It's like actors. You can't get married to an actor and be like, all right, you can't kiss nobody on set.
Right.
You can't, like, at that point, you're limiting their ability to grow as an entertainer.
I'm not arguing with you about that. I agree with everything that you're saying, but I'm saying
we're talking about regular
with
people.
a regular person.
If you're a regular person going out to the club every weekend, making out with dudes every weekend, once we get into a relationship, that has to change.
Yes.
Even if that's how you met me.
Yes.
You didn't have a problem with it when you met me?
No.
You didn't have a problem with it when you met me?
Because I was the guy you made out with in the club.
Nigga, that's entrapment.
I need to be okay with you making out with other dudes in the club?
That's entrapment.
No,
but
it's
like
not.
obviously, like, okay, when you date somebody, it's not within that moment. You date somebody for like a couple of months at least, or at least.
And we're expecting you to be that one note.
So what I'm saying is, when we are dating, that's the trial period for you to explore and learn who the fuck I am and the plenty of pieces, right? Obviously, like, when you say it's exclusive, I'm not fucking with nobody no more.
That's all we're saying.
Okay, period,
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
But outside of how you met me and what I was doing, you can't be okay with it during that time period of us dating. And then once we start dating, you can't do this no more. You can, you need to ask before you do that. No,
I think you're taking it to an extreme.
No. I think she brings a great point up, though. I think that this is the danger of when we have things like the talking phase, right? Because the talking phase is almost like entertaining the person who was completely out there single with the attachment of having you consistently being around. Yeah. And, I think we can all understand that once we're now exclusively dating, there's a rule change.
But you need to voice your concerns.
But if we've made it comfortable for people to be the same person they were during the talking phase, and we're expecting no change, no growth, no development, then that, I think, is where the problem comes. Because I think when we're in the talking phase, I don't expect you to be completely, respectful to me. Like, respectful, like, don't be disrespectful, but I don't think you're taking into consideration everything that I want, because we're just talking, right? You're not fully invested. Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. Now we're dating and we're exclusive, so I'm giving you more time, more effort, more energy. In that effort and energy comes a tailoring of who you are as a person. And then once we're together, now that's even more so because we're trying to build together, right? The goal is now marriage. We believe in marriage.
But why would you pursue a relationship with somebody that you don't even feel like, their personality match with yours?
Do you wear your marriage material on your sleeve? Do you act every day like you're ready to be married? Do you act like a wife everywhere you go?
Yes.
Cap.
Big cap.
It's not cap. Gilbert, you disagree with that?
That was the most direct.
I appreciate the honesty.
I'm being honest.
Gabe, blink twice, bro. Blink twice if you need help.
No. The honesty is genuinely appreciated, because the average guy would have been like, "No, babe, no, you're perfect." No, this is a reality, and hear him when he said he's not saying.
But what do I do?
He's not saying
I'm not hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At all, I'm confused because.
So it's a good conversation to have after.
Yeah, absolutely.
But actually hear him out and let him. You know what I'm saying?
Don't tell him what you want to hear now. Like, look. But that's all I'm saying is, for your point to like be completely accurate, because it is accurate. There's phases to when we're getting to know people.
Right.
But if we want the person we're marrying to be the person at the start, would mean that they are walking around and acting like a husband or a wife from the start.
I could promise you that you're not married. Once you get married is when it really starts.
You're different. You don't even. I don't think we can even grasp what that means.
Like, they say people have three sides: the side that they show everybody, the side that they show the people who are close to them, and the side that they don't
keep to themselves. Yeah.
Once you get married and you get that intimate and you move in together and you're really locked in,
it's a triangle.
You have to show that side that you don't show anybody.
But I feel like, me personally, like, I feel like I'm super respectful. I'm loyal. I'm attentive. Like,
I think that we forget that respectfulness and perception changes from person to person, right? Like, just because my intent was not to be disrespectful doesn't mean like so say I walk into a room and I'm a germaphobe, so I don't shake hands. But I'm like, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? But in the room, it's like, oh, you didn't come up to shake my hand. They perceived it as
Comes off a certain
disrespectful.
way.
You know, and it could be something as trivial as that. In these relationships, it seems like, you know, these men didn't expect their misses to be allowing another man that physical closeness to them.
But that's why communication is key. So like to me, I feel like during that talking phase, let's say you're trying to pursue a woman that goes out every weekend, I would have said, I'm not really into going out like that. Like, I'd rather spend my money on experiences than in the club. If they continue to, like, do that type of behavior and you're not with it, I wouldn't wife it. I would just be like, you know what? Maybe this is good to be a homegirl and not my girl. And I'm not going to, I don't know, try to change it once I solidify a relationship. To me, that's wild.
I think that we're expecting a growth of consideration throughout the phase,
That's
right?
it.
It's like, okay,
That's it.
I'm used to going out every night. I'm used to going to the strip club all the time, right? Every weekend. I got a girl now. I'm not gonna go every weekend. That's just a reality. And I don't think people expect to have to speak on specifics that should be otherwise obvious. Dude didn't say, hey, go to this Chris Brown concert, but when you take your picture, don't straddle Chris Brown.
You just expected we're in a relationship, so you're not gonna go crazy.
Right.
Is that too much to ask for?
It's not. But I feel like I'll rather see what somebody does on their own versus me having to tell them not to do something.
That's real.
That's ideal, but it's not realistic.
But I'm saying to me, that's how I operate. Like, if
you
I
set
feel
yourself up
like
for failure, though.
that's
1000%.
that's perfectly fine. But to me, it lets me know how the person moves.
But what if
I shouldn't have to control anything for you to move the right way.
It's not about control. It's about giving your perspective and them considering that perspective.
Yes,
That's all it is. Just consider it. And you might have a different perspective, but let's at least have that conversation and hear each other genuinely. Because a lot of times when a man raises a concern, it's an automatic shutdown. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to
Especially
change.
if
I
you
don't know
didn't
who
mean
y'all
for
be
it to be
talking to.
harmful. Like, I think that's the key, right? Is that you're like, I'm a good girlfriend. I do this, I do that, I do this. So in your mind, your checklist is already met. So then
beforehand.
for him to add some shit on, you're like, but I'm already not disrespecting you. And even if he's like, yeah, but that thing you did right there was disrespectful.
All right, add it to the list.
Well, there you go, right? Add it to the list.
Case closed.
No, but it's not about a list. It's just about hearing your partner out. That's all it is. And I mean, same thing applies for guys too. Like, hear out your girl. But I feel like men are very big on the same way that women want love. Men prefer to get respect over love.
Yeah.
But a lot of women don't get that. You see what I'm saying?
Or they don't
a guy
understand
would
what
rather be
respect is,
respected in a
too.
relationship than to be loved in a relationship.
Well, to me, I feel like respect is everything when it comes to men. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
see it with relationships.
Yeah.
Like, a man has to feel in his role as a man in order for the relationship to work.
Yeah.
And I see relationships where the woman is more controlling or, like, you know what I mean, the more dominant one, and it does not work. Or, like, the man is not happy.
Yeah.
He's just stuck or comfortable.
Ooh,
So
stuck is good.
I mean, I definitely could agree with that. And I feel like respect is honestly key, but I feel like it's key for both parties. Like, the man, I feel like, has to give the woman a safe place in order for her to have that respect level there.
Yo, so I'm sorry, I got a quick, let me add on because you said respect. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she always pushes back at the idea that ego is tied to respect. How do you guys feel about ego versus respect?
Scientifically, I think it is.
So, like, where do you feel like the person's responsibility is in that? Like, if you got to respect somebody, is it also like, do you have to be aware of their ego, or is the ego kind of a thing that you like?
I feel
It's
like
detrimental.
people who have big egos
Gotta be.
get disrespected quite often because you're trying to obtain that vision of yourself in your head. Like, for an example, like, let's say somebody who, like, works out in the gym and, you know, like, they walk around like this in the bar, the grocery store, right? Let's say he's standing in front of the bar and some dude steps in front of him, not seeing him. He didn't intentionally mean to cut him off, but now that big dude, because of his persona, his ego, that nigga just disrespected me. The common person would have tapped it, sorry, bro, like, I was next. But no, he'll probably make a big scene like, nigga, you need to move back the fuck up, knowing he could beat his ass. You get what I mean? I just feel like people with big egos get disrespected often. They're more sensitive to that respect or hyper focused on it.
Okay.
And I feel like in relationships it doesn't quite work because now you're using that person to feed your ego,
Right.
versus to be in a relationship.
Okay. I would, I mean, E, you got
No,
something?
I agree with what she's saying.
All right. I mean, okay, so maybe I'm here, I'm on an island here, right? But I feel like there's a certain level of it's on you to support your partner's ego, right? And A, go ahead, don't
Stroke it, stroke their ego.
stroke it. Don't call Tez egotistical or narcissistic in the comments. But I feel like even when I'm like, if I am in a relationship, I make it a point to always let her know how attractive she is, how intelligent she is, that I'm proud of whatever she's doing, that what she's doing has purpose. Right? I'm letting her know that like the things that she's doing matters. If she's at home, if she's doing whatever, like that's a great job. Like you're such and such because of such and such. You're caring because of da da da. So I don't know if it's directly connected to how she views herself, but I would imagine that it helps improve her view of herself. And I think that that's a massive part of being in a relationship in general. Because as a partner, like think of it like as a teammate, right? If we're on the basketball court, you're playing great defense. Defense is one of the most unrewarding parts of basketball. But if we get a stop, I'm like, yo, great job, yo, you really you locking him down, bro. Good shit. And then that can kind of help galvanize, and you feel like what you've done is being noticed and it has purpose in moving us forward.
But I don't know if that's stroking the ego, though. I feel like that's more so just
What
being
is it?
supportive and
Yeah.
and stroking ego is that the jar thing. She can open up the jar by herself, but she'll let you do it and make you feel like you're a strong man. You know what I mean?
Is
it's
that-
like it's.
You feel
I feel like there's a slight
feeling
difference.
necessary.
I feel like there's a slight difference between motivation and stroking ego.
It does both not result in you feeling purposeful or needed.
I feel like both have the same
Yeah,
function,
yeah.
but both have two different.
Like I don't
Like
think I don't think women need their ego stroked.
I think
I don't think that they need it. It's nice to have
no,
it,
hold
but
on.
I don't think that they need it the way that men do.
That's a loaded question because like we said earlier, they're two different realities. I would agree that they don't need it, but that's because they get it elsewhere.
That's
Bingo.
They get
That's what it
elsewhere.
is. That's what it is. Yeah.
Like, so I think that's why when you're in a relationship and this becomes, when we say ego, I know most of us, I do myself, I'm kind of biased here. I think of men, right? I think men have an ego. Women do too.
Certain women do too.
But in a women do too. So in a relationship, right? It's just your ego as a male is more apparent because you're more reliant on a relationship to feed it, right? She's got social media. If she's a beautiful girl, she's got the looks and the glances that she gets daily, right, on a day-to-day. Whereas you as a man, where do you have the application of what you as a man do elsewhere in your life?
But it's not all about attraction though.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying, though. Like, if E is strong, right? E is strong, he's trustworthy, he's dutiful, he does what he needs to do, and he's responsible. Where else in his life is that rewarded?
No, I think that's the main issue. Like a lot of times, as men, we get it from just our partners.
Yeah.
As women, you get it from social media, from your friends, from your girlfriends, from, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, it is important
Your
for
kids,
women.
your coworkers. I feel like your achievements. I
Kid-
feel like
kids
that means.
But I don't think that's stroking ego. I think that's just.
You
I
can
don't
feel
know.
like it's rewarding.
It's
you can
rewarding,
look
yeah.
at it and take accomplishment. If you can
Right.
take
So you
stock
never
in what
hear
you've
kids
done.
talk about my dad would beat your dad's ass. You don't hear shit like that all the time. That don't stroke your ego.
I'm sure he gets stick that when when Jackson's running up.
for sure,
He's
yeah.
like he's just like,
Yeah.
hey, look, my daddy's the coolest.
For sure.
He gets that. He's
But I don't think that's an ego stroke, though. Is it?
it makes you feel good.
No,
Sure.
it makes me feel great. I don't know. Maybe my view on ego
Look, I
is
guess-
more so what a woman can do for her man that nobody else really can.
To me, it's all blends the same. Like, it's all, do you help uplift, right? To me, yes, you can. I think we blend it because we say egotistical, right? But I think that it's all about being uplifted. Some people are clearly more uplifted than others, and that's when you get arrogance. But I think that the goal is to push up. And if you can do that through, a jar that you can't get open, or like, I might have a shorty come help me decorate because I have no idea how something looks, or help me pick something out, because I value you dress so well. I don't, maybe you can help me do something, whatever.
Yeah. I don't. Once again, I think it's just my definition of, or how I see it. I feel like that's mainly your girl can give you that as a guy. I don't really feel like I get my ego stroked by anybody else but my girl.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, that's where you see value, so that makes sense.
Well, again, we got to see value. We trying to get married out here. We got to show value. You know what I mean?
You trying to get married?
What's the...
Oh, okay. Cue the crickets.
Nah. Honestly, I will say this. I'm going to share some information. Personally speaking, I've been thinking, and I don't see marriage as such a bad thing. I think that it all matters, of course, the partner, right?
What's the advantage to getting married?
Well, it's all in the partner, right?
Even with a great partner, what's the advantage?
Well, I think that first off, you get to escape this continuous dating pool, dating cesspool right now.
No, but
right?
What if you're in a relationship and it's like we locked in? I got you. You got me.
A woman's not gonna lock in forever.
Well, okay, all right. Well, then maybe that's the difference, right? To me, there are advantages to getting married as far as financial, and if you have a good enough partner that you guys can lock in your finances and ensure that you guys are taking care and taking advantage of certain benefits.
What's the benefits?
There's financial benefits and legal benefits to it.
And you get to tell her what she could wear and where she could go.
No. I'm being so dead serious.
Because she has your last name.
I don't feel like there's any benefits
Really?
right now.
So you think that just being
I feel like being partners, there's benefits to that, but being married in terms of going to City Hall and getting married, I don't see the benefits.
I don't know, man. I
Because
guess
if you're locked in and you put your incomes together without being married, you could do a lot more.
Yeah, but there's a lot
but
of things you could do with being married, and even how you
Like
when you get loans,
Yeah.
you're more trustworthy with being married by having a partner, because now that partner is also a responsible party for the loan that you take out. Like when you go into business meetings, or let's say you're trying to be a business owner, just that vision of people equate marriage to you
responsibility,
having your life
dedication,
together
and commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can uphold,
So it's like an imaginary thing. Like
it's not an imaginary
It's not-
thing.
It actually has
But
tangible.
It's
yeah.
an image thing.
There's some
It's an image thing.
It is an image
too.
thing. But it's the same thing with being part of a fraternity or a sorority. You have connections with just a title.
Also, there's the dedication of it all. If we're talking about the spiritual and the optics of it all, there's a dedication to it. When you're not married, there's a level of, and maybe, again, we don't see this too much now because people get divorced at the drop of a hat. I almost did the snap.
50%.
I was waiting for it. I thought she was going to do it when you did this, but it didn't happen.
I was going to do it. But people get married and then divorced all the time. So we don't look at it the same way. But marriage should be a forever thing. And if it still carried the weight of the forever thing, then I think that commitment of having somebody who's locked in, again, better or worse, sicker, or health, richer or poorer, all of those things supposed to matter. I don't know if they do so much anymore, but in the application of it, it should. Now, also, long-term relationship, there's common law marriage, right? So you might end up getting married anyway by default. So
What if somebody moved out right before the 10th year, yo? I would be devastated.
that's so crazy.
Not catching me. Got to be quicker than
Gotta be
that.
quicker than that. Look, are you arguing against my newfound interest in
I don't
finding
know. I
a
just
wife?
feel like the way the system is now, it's more so a way to for the government to get involved with what y'all got going on.
It should.
You know
be
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the issue that I have. Versus
got a
if you
question
guys are
for you,
locked
Tez.
in, there's so many other things that you can make happen as two individuals who just get together versus an actual married couple.
You're not wrong. There's always gonna be you can
Pros and
lever
cons.
scale it. There's
Yeah.
pros and cons.
But if I told you put all your money in this investment and there's a 50% chance that you might lose it. Would you do it?
Well, see, that's the problem, right? Is that we automatically think of the loss because that's what we see all the time. You're right. And that's what part of the deterrent is. If I knew going into a situation that my finances would be split if she decides to leave,
50% chance.
and that doesn't sound like a good investment at all.
I mean, it's not really 50. I feel like what you guys need to realize, like, if you see something like the outcome happening all the time, you need to figure out the antecedent. Like, what's happening to make this outcome become an outcome? You guys have to pick better partners.
You're right.
And I feel like men, for the most part, get stuck on 1 to 2 things when you're not thinking about that type of person that you're actually with, especially when you're at your lowest. If you're at your lowest and you're dating a woman who still has the expectation that you still have to take care of her,
Yep. She's a poor partner.
that's a poor partner.
Yep.
Fuck what she look like. Fuck her head game.
Well,
I think the issue that I have is that women are very emotional, and
they can switch up on you at the
any
drop of a
day,
hat.
you could wake up and just be like, I don't feel like it today.
Well, look, I think that when it comes to those things, we were talking about this game earlier, right? Where if you can pick a couple things to prioritize in a partner, but if picking those things, you can't get other things, right? So say you can pick a partner who is extremely attractive, right? But if she's extremely attractive, then you have to give up on like loyalty or something like that, right? Because she has so many options that when things get thick, when things get problematic for her, she can just go find somebody else. Same thing for the guy who's like a millionaire and famous, right? Like you can want that guy who's a 6-figure earner and everything else, or 7-figure earner, but he's
gonna be cheating.
But he's gonna be cheating. Like I think that right now we're in a place where attention is at its peak, social media is at its peak. So when finding that partner who is attractive, they have the options. It's not going to be that they're ready to be locked in like that because they don't know what adversity looks like in being with the person. Or at least the adversity they're looking at is like toxic levels of adversity. It's not like real life adversity. But I'm out here looking, you know what I mean? Like it's a thing. Like I think it's beneficial to find somebody who's, you know what I mean? It's just you got to make sure that everybody is.
I got one last question for you, Tez.
What's up?
All right, so when you get married, are you going to give up your style of music?
Damn. You got a friend that's interested in Tez or something? Like
No, I don't. I just want to know.
She putting you under the light right now.
I just want
What's
to know
up?
the mindset that you guys have when it comes to these things. I meant marriage.
Before Tez goes, right?
Y'all want to have a group meeting before?
No. For me personally, I want to say I got blessed because I chose to step away from certain things before I even decided to date who I'm with right now. So that was the easy transition. I don't know what I would have done if I was still, like at one point I was literally casting chicks for videos. You know what I'm saying? Like that entails me having to meet up with a lot of models and all of that, be friends with a lot of girls who are in a certain lifestyle. I don't know what that, I used to go all the strip clubs in Queens and all that they shut down. We used to be in there all the time.
They don't recognize you if you go there today?
His picture's on the wall.
I'm not
Right?
Suze, we was lit in Suze. We was lit in Suze. We was lit. Did I ever take you to
Emmanuel,
Suze?
that's you?
No, we
Never
never
went
been
to
to
Suze?
Suze. We never been to Suze.
Yeah,
wanna go today?
Suze was lit. You know what I'm saying? Trap Star Sundays was lit. That was like every drug dealer would come there to you know what I mean? Let's not get into it too much, but it was lit. But I don't know what, I don't think that my girl would have dated me if I was still
Outside.
moving the way that I was moving. You know what I'm saying?
But that's my point exactly, too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
disagree. But then again, my girl is different. Some girls are okay with that lifestyle because they understand it. My girl is completely removed from that. Like, I'm
But-
talking about completely removed.
You get what I mean, though? Like,
Yeah. You got to be a certain way to
No,
attract
that's
a
what I'm
certain
saying.
thing.
She didn't entertain you because you showed her who you were. So she didn't come into
Maybe
like
it took-
if
it
you
took
were
the
still
change.
the same way,
Yeah.
she wouldn't be like, "Oh, I don't want you. Don't do this." But anyway,
Yeah. So I got a story here that says that we can it's a story. I got a story we can get to.
I thought you was gonna answer her.
He tried to skip over.
Right.
Go ahead, get to the story. That's
I was
fine.
gonna say answer the
No,
question.
no,
Get
no,
to the
no,
story.
no, it's cool. I'm joking. We're gonna get to that, but I'm joking. You're right. I would probably change the visual the visuals associated with the music. Maybe. I'll probably do something like that, or at least maybe not be so involved in it myself. But I do think that there's a level of honesty that has to be put into music, and a level of authenticity. So the musical content will probably remain somewhat the same, but I also expect it to change as my life changes.
I feel like if you're gonna build up resentment in the long run.
Oh, to change if I change it because
If you
of
change
her.
it for the relationship,
If
you're
I'm
gonna
changing it for
build
her,
up. You're gonna
but
build
that's
up
the thing. I
resentment.
think that again, like you said, you changed before, right?
Right.
So I think that even currently, as I'm,
Getting
writing
older.
music and I'm getting prepared to drop new stuff, it's different. You've heard some of it. It is different, and it doesn't reflect everything. It reflects some of it because I'm still me, and I still do me, but I think that as certain influences come into your life, the way in which you express it changes. So if she comes into my life and she's such a beacon of change and everything else, I will want to change. My life will be different. Now, again, she gotta be, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't put it on her.
No, it's not gonna be on her. I'm just saying that it would naturally occur. I would hope that she is okay with what she's walking into, right? Like, if you go and you know me, you go on my Instagram, outside of seeing Real and Uncomfortable, make sure you follow us. You're gonna see my music. You're gonna see my visuals. If you're okay with that, some girls are not even just okay with it. Some girls are drawn to it, attracted to it. You can't think about the biggest rappers in the game. Think about Lil Wayne, right? Lil Wayne has women all over him. What does that do? Bring more women all over him. Think
Yeah.
about Drake. I mean, as much as you don't like Drake, it's been one of those things. Now, I'm sure that they deal with people who are okay with whatever they have going on. 2 Chainz, did you guys know that he was married?
No.
I didn't know he could read.
Gee,
Shit.
2
Sorry,
Chainz,
I don't
Two,
know.
2
Lord
Chainz is
Jesus.
actually he's a
No,
graduated scholar.
he's a scholar,
He's
yeah,
a scholar.
I
He's a very intelligent man. Shit on 2 Chainz. But yeah, I would change, but I feel like the change would be natural. I don't think the change would be forced.
Her. Good answer.
Tell your homegirls. At me,
Eamon,
baby.
I didn't know you was a villain, but
What you mean? In which way?
Nah, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
Who's a villain? What? You said Eman's a villain?
You didn't hear him in the background mumbling? Nah, I don't think you should do that, bro.
No. Because I'm being real. Like I feel like if you don't do it for yourself, if you do
Yeah.
it for your partner, long term, you're going to find resentment somewhere.
No, that's true. That's true.
That's
But that's
But
why
I think this
even
is
when it
all
comes
aspects of life, not just with.
No, you're right. But that's why
Careers
the
or
girl.
music.
That's why I told you it all matters of how the girl reacts to whatever criticism I give. If I give her criticism based on something I feel a way about, and there's so much pushback, I know that
Red
even
flag.
if it's changed, it's not changed.
Right.
It's not. Like if I tell you like, hey, you can't be going with all these dudes and XYZ and dancing and
I don't like the can't. The can't word is very strong.
or if I say it makes me feel
I
away,
think it's
whatever.
important to put it that way. How does it make you feel?
Whatever.
And if
If
the
I-
person cares about you, they will
they will
consider
s-
your feeling.
Right. But here's my thing. There's certain things that are like you either did or didn't, right? So when I say I'm not gonna argue for the word can't, but it is that. Like if you got the mesh dress that Keke Palmer had on, if I'm like wearing that makes me feel like you're exposed to all of
Makes you
these
feel
dudes, yeah. And you're like, all right,
You're being insecure.
or even you change, but now your mood has changed with the dress. Now it's problems because you were so bent on going out there. That means that there's aspects of you wearing that dress that made you feel a way that you enjoyed. And I took that joy away from you. And that joy is what's competing against the joy in our relationship. So that's where my view of that goes. But I had a story. So, excuse me, it's a little bit long-winded, but okay. It's an Am I the Asshole? I just saw this one was really interesting. Am I the asshole for not breaking up with my girlfriend back when I found out she cheated on me? Hold on, I know. Right off the bat, you like, I've been with my girlfriend for 6 years now. 5 years ago, she cheated on me. I found out, but I didn't tell her that I knew.
5 years ago.
If I'm being honest, I have very low self-esteem. And at that point, I thought that she was the best that I can do. I threw myself into my work. I've been improved my position with my employer. And now I have an opportunity to move to a different location and have a fresh start. I told my now ex that I'm accepting this job promotion and moving. She said that she wasn't going to move away from her friends and family unless she had a more defined future. I guess she was trying to push for marriage at that point. I said I understood and that I accepted that she was not going to come with me. She asked how long of a job was it going to be for, and I told her it was a permanent move. She freaked out and said that she'd wasted 6 years of her life planning a future with me. I mentioned that it wasn't really 6 years since she cheated on me back at her sister's bachelorette party. She asked me when I found out, and I told her that her 2 friends had told me about it and even showed me pictures. I think that they thought that I had talked to her about it and that I had forgiven her. I never brought it up after, and I got tested. I was much more careful, used condoms and everything else. He really didn't trust her at that point, right?
God.
No trust.
She didn't pick up on the sign?
Yeah. It was easier to stay with her than to break up and find someone new. I guess that low self-esteem shit. She is now calling me all kinds of names and trying to get people on her side. I don't really care. I'm moving across country. But I need an opinion. Am I the asshole for not breaking up with her as soon as I found out?
Ray, I'm gonna let you go now.
Oh Lord. Okay. I don't think so. This is a 2-part answer. I don't think he's an asshole for breaking up with her, not breaking up with her. I think he's an asshole for how he moved when he got a new opportunity. Like it eats me alive when people are unhappy in a relationship and they stay. I feel like I said, communication needs to be it. So if you're not feeling something, say it. Like if you have an issue, say it. If me cheating changed your perspective on me and you know that you're never going to marry me, why not have that conversation beforehand? Because I feel like women, like the longer you stay in a relationship, the more you think about marriage. So in this female's head, although she did cheat, I'm not like discrediting anything that she did, but I don't think she deserves his reaction, like after the fact. So I feel like he should have said, like, you're not the girl for me. Let's not waste, another 3 to 4 or 5 years. Let's move on. We'll move our separate ways. But the fact that he still fed into the relationship, stayed with her, and then want to be like, oh, I'm moving. So if she would have moved with him, he would have been okay with it. They would have still been in a relationship.
I would have kind of imagined yes.
And then to me, that's what
I think that yeah.
That's why. Like to me, that's wild.
I do think that it just was like in my head, he had come to the point where he was cool either way.
Yeah.
He was because throughout that 6 years, you can't say that he wasn't emotionally invested, despite the problem
hurt.
of trust, right?
Yeah.
The hurt. I think that he was a little more cautious about his own safety, right? But I do think that you still grow accustomed and familiar with people, and that kind of sticks with you. I think that he was just, okay, cool. Whereas if she hadn't cheated and he was given that opportunity, he would have put a lot more effort in making it comfortable for her to be part of it, part of his future, versus him being like,
he said that's the best. I have low self-esteem. She's the best that I can
he was
do.
real about
Well,
it.
I mean, he was real about that.
He was
I
real
think-
about it.
But that doesn't excuse the fact that he wasted her time.
Whoa. That's a reaction to
Yes.
her wasting his time.
yes.
But
Because-
was his time wasted if he still invested time?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
it wasn't.
No,
Yes,
it was not.
It was.
Because
He wasted his own time. Yo, y'all do not
hold on.
know how to take accountability for other men's actions. So this is
My thing
sad.
is, we don't know what led up. He might have sacrificed things to get up to the relationship.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So now I sacrificed all this to get with you, for you to then cheat on me
Yep.
and just
Bro,
pretend
this
everything
is
cool.
like putting money into a parking meter and then leaving the parking spot.
I think it would have been different if she cheated and told him.
Yeah.
That would have been different. But for her to hide it this whole time,
Right.
as if it never happened, I bet I gave you the opportunity. I gave you 5 years. You still ain't come out and say.
Well, also, I want to say
that
this.
wasn't even his issue.
My problem that I have here is that you're kind of leveraging this idea that her time being wasted is somehow worth more than a lot of the consequences that other people see for cheating, right? Because
I am.
hold on, hear me out here, because there's been plenty of times, and this may not be you, but I've even seen people advocate violence after being cheated on, right? Like,
You see the recent video with the
yes.
Yeah, we got to play that.
So there was an LGBTQ couple. I guess what would you want to call her? Like just trans man or dyke, whatever.
I thought
You
that was a
gotta be
female.
careful throwing around these words.
I thought it was a woman who, like,
Stud.
yeah, I thought that's what it was.
All right.
I didn't get the trans vibe.
I don't know what they identify as,
Right.
so apologies if I misgender you.
Lord.
Right.
This individual, and I believe is a lesbian couple. Some people are even telling me that the feminine role person in the relationship was a trans man.
Oh, a
trans woman.
I didn't get that vibe.
Either way, violence, because they found out that the partner was cheating on them through a trip. I guess they went to Puerto Rico or something.
I sure they was texting. She was texting multiple guys.
Texting multiple guys, sexual things.
Yeah.
Came out that they were cheating, and person spazzes on their story. There looks to have been some violence, and in the comments, a usually very vocal segment of that was actually saying, like, yeah, I understand the violence, but I'm not, there have been plenty of things come out where we've condemned people for the same actions or similar actions. I'm not saying violence is ever the answer, but in this instance with this story, I think that he was kind of just like, I'm just going to get what I can out of this situation. And if she perhaps wins me back over, cool. It doesn't sound like he was going to like end it.
Right.
Until
He
she
would have
was
ended
like,
it.
until she was like, nah, I'm not going with you. Because even then, she gave him the ultimatum. He just took it.
I feel like that's a cop out though. Like this, I feel like he has a lack of maturity, and he has a lot of self growth. Because I feel like somebody to allow themselves to be disrespected in their relationship to stay, and then use a move as an opportunity to end it off. Like, how old are you? 7? Like, to me, it's just, him wasting her time, I feel like does more damage than her cheating at the Bachelorette.
I think that's your perspective. Like,
Yeah.
I think,
It does.
I think that's your perspective.
Because
My thing is, there's a certain level of, damn, I don't want to go back to the art of war, but he didn't react emotionally. He reacted strategically.
He did.
Yes.
I don't think it was even deliberate,
But
though.
I'm saying some people.
I think
people
it was. I think it was
Really?
kind of like, all right, cool. You did me dirty. Cool. I'm gonna just get my shit in order, and then once I get my shit in order,
All right,
I'll see how I feel.
I can see
I'll
that.
see
I
how
can
I
see
feel.
that. I
If
can
I
see
still
that.
want you, then
If
I'll still try.
okay,
If
I
not,
get that. That's
but it is
cool.
what it is. But
I think that when men and women enter relationships, they enter them differently. Right? I think that men enter relationships generally like fully committed, right? Like, I'm here because of you. Like, and don't get me wrong, Rayven, I do know there's room to grow, but I've heard plenty of things from my homegirls and telling me how this man grew on them, right? And they became more invested. And for what it's worth, it looks like the actions involved here are literally the inverse of how these things work, right? The man comes in all the way up here. I'm high on who you are. I need you in my life. I want you to be my person. And as you act and they notice how you're acting, that level just drops and drops and drops and drops. And then unfortunately, she cheated. It came to light. And so his need for her was here. Whereas she cheated because she was like, all right, I guess you're cool. I can be in a relationship with you. But she doesn't take it that seriously. So she cheats. But as time goes on, familiarity grows. They have a life together. Clearly, like, you think of their day to day, I'm sure that they've spent time together. It doesn't sound like dude is a dickhead. So he's probably doing nice things. And for what it's worth, I will say that might be seen as leading her on. So I'll give you that. But if he's just doing those things and being consistent, her love of him is growing until, oh, well, I guess it's not enough for you to follow me to this new job location. All right, then. I'm out.
Ray shaking her head.
Yeah.
Let it out. Let it out.
I think I said everything I had to say about it. I feel
So you think he's the asshole?
I think he's an asshole.
Wow.
For the precise reason of him not standing on business. Like, if you had an issue with it, you should have been said it. And if you knew that this wasn't the person for you, you shouldn't have spent additional, 4 years with the person.
Where do we hold her accountable for cheating and keeping quiet?
The thing is, all of us know here cheating is wrong. She's wrong, and all of us know that she should have said something when she did it.
But she didn't.
That's not the problem.
It is though.
That's not the problem.
Why not?
Because it would have made a difference if she did it and came out and told him like, "Hey, babe, I messed up, but I want to try with you and I want to make it work and I want to prove to you that you're mine."
I feel like you guys are speaking as if you guys got cheated on. For him, it obviously wasn't a big enough issue because if it was, he would have said something.
No. I think he said it was a big issue, but look, when your self-esteem is super low, right? You accept things that are maybe not normal. Right? This is like, I hate, forgive me for this, but this is like if you're in an abusive relationship, somebody speaks to you extremely poorly, right? We'll go beyond the whole safety thing. They don't put hands on you, but they belittle you. They make you feel like dirt. You may not be quick to leave if you can still weigh out the benefit of being with them, especially if you weigh out where you would be without them. And in his mind, if he's not that, big on himself, he doesn't feel like he can attract another partner. Maybe he's lonely. Maybe he feels whatever it is. He had reason enough to stay. But can I add something about the level of the cheating thing? This was not just cheating. This was cheating at her sister's bachelorette party. This was cheating in front of family members who all knew about it. Her friends came to him. So this is not just about, did he get betrayed? This is like his entire, the optics of who he is as a man is now kind of like.
Respect is out the door.
His respect is out the door.
I'm sure he saw the family afterwards. So they're looking at him like, damn.
This is 6
she
years
was just doing all this at the bachelorette party. And you hugged up on her and kissed her.
But that's also a lack of respect for himself. Like,
but he admitted
He admitted that.
But what I'm saying is, okay, like, let's say my man did me filthy over and over and over again, right? You guys told me at a certain point, you're not saying shit no more. Are you blaming him or are you blaming me now if I stay?
That's true.
If it was vice versa and the woman was constantly getting cheated on, you guys are gonna put like, this bitch is dumb.
No. But hear me out here.
People say that all the time.
Because if we got to the point where you like say now you've been getting cheated on all the time and he proposes and you're like, no, I can't marry you, and that ends the relationship, we would also say, good shit. Finally.
I'm glad you did it, but like, it's kind of like, why didn't you say that shit a long time ago? Like, why are you waiting? Like, to me, I don't know. My thing is like, I don't think so. We're gonna have to agree to disagree. To me, my time is so precious, and I hate when people waste my time. So for me, I feel like.
So try to take a step outside of you. Do you not know a lot of women who are in this situation where they're getting cheated on constantly, and they stay in the relationship until that one day where they get that light of confidence, and they're like, I'm not doing this anymore. Being honest.
Well, I'm saying it's great that they get that. What I'm saying is it shouldn't have took him that long. He knew, but I'm saying
how many women do you know who it takes them that long to build self-confidence?
But at that point, I have no sympathy for it. I'm sorry.
But this is why I say, like, while E's saying that this was strategic, this is why I say that this was more opportunistic. Because, yes, he wanted to get his shit together, and that might have been a back of the mind goal, right? You want to make sure that if I'm leaving you,
I feel like there's a double standard happening right now.
Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
If we reverse it to a woman,
we're not having the same conversation.
People would be clapping for her like you finally
got the strength to do this.
This dickhead.
I feel like you guys are changing the name. He didn't say I got enough confidence to leave her though. He said that I had no other opportunity. She was the best thing I had at the moment.
Before he started working out, he started working on himself.
Then he said I got a job opportunity at my career. I moved up, a new opportunity, and that was like, oh great, now I don't need her no more.
No.
It's like
that's
very
not what
similar.
He said, though.
No, because he said,
with me. He wanted to bring her too. She decided not to go, and he just said,
and at that point, he's like, I'm good without you.
No, but he was. I feel like you guys are reading way into it. Like he was like, please come, blah blah blah, and like no, he
No,
was basically
I
saying
think you just offer the option.
He figured she wasn't. He knew she wasn't gonna come.
But you're leveraging the idea that his intent was to leave her.
Right.
It wasn't. His intent was to bring her, and she was like, nah. And he was just like, you know what? He took inventory of his life, was like, actually, I think I might be all right without you.
That's it.
As a matter of fact, I will say this. I will say this one thing, though, to on your side here, Rayven. When you have a problem forgiving someone, perhaps it's not the best to try to force yourself into forgiveness, because you got to make sure that you have forgiven them. I feel like his thought process was literally, I'm in a better place now. I have an opportunity to start fresh. We can do this whole thing, build up our whole lives over here. And then when she's like, is triggered by the idea of, well, you're wasting my time, he was like you wasted my, you know what I mean? It was one of those, like,
whatever.
I have, what? Is that not?
No, I get what you're saying. I get it.
Like, that's what that was.
But
It was
even
like, I was cool with this as long as we're good. All right, look, I know I have this massive thing against you, but things have been smooth. And then now you're taking a shot at me. Because also, I'm going to read between lines here. When you tell a man that you want something more secure and more stable with the future, you're kind of criticizing what you have there, right? So I don't know if he took it more as an offense about the job or an offense about the status of their relationship. But somewhere along the line, she said, I have a problem with this situation that you're presenting in front of me. And he took it as an opportunity. He's like, you have a problem? What do you mean you have a problem? I've dealt with everything that you had in front of me. So, I don't know. People in the comments here, let us know what you guys think, because I don't know. I don't think he's the asshole. Ray say he's the asshole, though.
Yeah, asshole.
Damn.
I think I see it both ways, but at the same time, if you cheat on somebody, you better be prepared for them to hold it forever.
Yeah, man, that's betrayal.
That's a reality. It's not cool, but that's the risk that you need to consider before you cheat on somebody.
Can I throw this
that it can affect the rest of your relationship forever. It's not just a thing to where we have a conversation, I forgive you, and that's it. Nah. So before you go out and cheat, keep that in mind. It can affect your relationship forever. What's that thing that Cardi B said? Forever.
We got beef forever.
So that's my main message.
And a lot of men don't talk about when they've been cheated on either.
Facts.
And for probably good reason in this case, like Ray over here just disregarding the whole shit. Like,
Yeah, because y'all funny.
so what if she cheated? You should have left then. Nigga.
He should have.
He should have,
He really should have.
But a lot of let me ask you guys this.
And before he moved out of the state or decided to, he should have had that conversation. When you're in a 6-year relationship, you don't go, hey, by the way, I'm moving. Are you coming with me? You have that conversation.
I think you kind of lose that once you cheat.
Yeah, but the thing is, he didn't bring that to her attention.
Doesn't matter.
Once you cheat, you lose that.
She's supposed to know. She knew she cheated. What you mean? Like, look, okay, question.
Bro, you can't treat somebody like this in the
Does the
wrong.
length of the relationship affect if you stay in versus
Does the what?
go? The length of the relationship. Does it change whether you stay or go if, they've cheated?
I think it depends on the relationship. For me, it does not. But for other people, I know that it definitely plays a factor.
Do you?
Bro.
Okay, now if you were to stay, if you were to stay, do you, some people go this public humiliation route. Do you, I don't know, air out your business?
No, I feel like that's
dumb.
wrong.
That's
It's dumb because not only do you make yourself look dumb, but how are you ever gonna move past in your relationship if your thing is to I can't even say the word. Yes, your partner.
The relationship is done. You might as well leave.
Yeah.
The cheater might as well leave at that point. But my thing is, if you cheat on somebody, there's no rules to it. I could hold it for 10 years.
No, but
and after 10 years, be like,
Get your lick back?
No, but I don't. No. So I don't agree with that at all. I feel like
20 years.
to me, once you agree to accept your partner for what they came to you with, everything
But she didn't
No,
come to him.
no, I'm not saying.
So-
I'm talking
so-
about
no,
based on his situation.
I agree with you. If if you
Yes.
come together and you discuss it and you choose to move forward, yes. But if you never come to your partner, I can hold it in as long as I want to.
But obviously, like, people don't cheat and just be like, oh, by the way, I cheated today.
No, some
like,
people
no,
do. Some
they
people
hide
do.
it.
No, some people do.
So, like, if he found out
Yeah.
and said nothing, then we got nothing to talk about.
What?
I'm not saying that.
him?
I'm not saying that she shouldn't have said something, but
should've. Can you say that she should have?
she should have said something.
Okay, all right, cool.
I agree with that. She should have said something. She should have said something. But now that he has the information and she said nothing, by him saying nothing, he accepted it.
No.
All right, y'all niggas dumb.
Hold on.
He
What?
accepted it.
No, he did
Nah,
not.
that's crazy.
He accepted
No,
it. Yes,
he could have waited for her to step up and own
5-6
it.
years.
Damn right. 20 years.
He got a timer. 5-6
12
years.
hold on.
Is today gonna be the day?
I don't
40
even,
years.
I don't even think he intended to tell her. I don't think he
Right,
intended
it
to
came up
bring it
with,
up.
with her energy of like,
Her-
I dealt with your
yes.
stuff. She was like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Like, how you come at me like this?
He
when
was,
you
he was like,
spreading your
oh, so
legs
you want to
open?
talk about mamas? This is
You was letting dude bust it open in front of your family.
right. Your cousins came to me. They
Crazy.
showed me pictures.
Crazy.
This is in your family photo album.
Wild.
And you know what his ass did?
The group chat was going crazy.
She came home the next day and he piped her.
Which is worse. You let me, cause okay.
But
now,
he knew.
Now we add another level.
No,
to
no,
this.
no.
Because
knew.
now you gotta add to the
I don't
level of
think he found
disrespect.
out right
No, that's what I'm
after.
saying. He didn't know.
Yeah,
So
he
that
didn't
means
know.
that she
That's
let
why he started
him,
wearing condoms and all that. 'Cause he's
Right.
like, well, hold on.
So you were thinking that this happened
Right.
immediately. I'm
Right.
sure that there was a gap in
was a little
time
gap.
in between. So in between the cheating, he was made to believe that his honest and wholesome
Right.
girlfriend
Was just chilling.
was just chilling.
So there's no accountability for him not saying nothing.
None.
Okay.
none.
All right.
None.
Okay.
He's just reacting to what
Yes.
she did. There
That
would
was
have never
That's
been
a slow ass. That's
that-
a Joe Biden reaction. That
Not
shit
at
is
all.
slow as hell.
Not at all. No. I think it's very strategic. If Shorty doesn't come up and give up the info, I get to do whatever I want.
I do think
I
that
get to respond however I want.
He made a good move again, trying to better himself.
Smart move.
Because I think that what that did was put shit in perspective to him. He realized that fuck, I would leave, I should leave, but I'm not going to leave
I'm not
because
there.
because I don't have any options here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I get my shit right
Mm-hmm.
because even taking
That's a female ass move, yo.
what's wrong with this move? What makes this move feminine?
I just feel like women who are in marriages that they know are failing, they do this, the same tactic. Let's say like she was a stay-at-home mom, right? Her husband, let's say he cheats or whatever the case is. She's like a bird. She's taking like trees and building her own
She
nest
started
somewhere
saving money.
else.
She started
You
saving
get what I mean?
I completely agree with
and
that.
then
Yeah.
once she's settled, it's like, all right, I'm leaving. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't.
Yes,
you
you
can't
can.
profit off of somebody.
So are those women
else.
wrong?
I feel like it's wrong the way you go about it. I feel like for
Are
me,
those women
like,
wrong?
they are wrong.
Okay.
Ray, you're scaring me.
Yeah, you wild.
They're wrong.
Why?
Bro, like,
You did me dirty.
If-
So wait, you did me dirty. So I have to give you courtesy and.
Yeah,
It's
I gotta
not-
I gotta give you
Info
2
and
weeks
be
notice.
nice.
It's
I
not-
gotta give you 2
but
weeks
it's,
notice.
it's
to
not
give me
even
dirty.
courtesy.
I don't owe you any loyalty after you do that to me.
So I get to play with your finances. Do you
I
filthy?
get
Sell
to-
you
No,
a
you're-
dream?
you're
I
right,
get to
you're
do
right.
whatever I want.
All right.
No, I give.
I'm
I
gonna
give
match
you
your
that.
energy.
No, I do think that because at that point that is theft, right? Like that's
what is
fucked up.
theft? It
Like in a
is.
marriage situation. Because like that's what are you doing? So if he was to do what he wants with all of the finances and he was to go like buy a vacation home with his side piece and leave her bankrupt, would that not be wrong?
No, that's wrong. What are we talking about here?
You're taking familial finances
Yeah.
and moving them for your own personal
Yeah.
usage.
After you crossed me and you cheated on me?
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Like when some people
All
No,
right.
but that's the
You
thing.
know,
My
like-
thing. No.
You need a prenup because the way he moving.
AME.
No, what I'm saying is, once you do me wrong,
And he
you
talks to his
can't
girl.
dictate the rules.
No. Okay.
You can't dictate the rules once you do me wrong.
But
You
see-
cheated already.
Okay.
It's like we're racing. You get somebody to pick you up in a car, get you 10 miles ahead. Bro, that's it. You cheated. I could get a helicopter to get me to the finish line.
That's crazy.
What are we doing?
But yeah, but the way you're talking is like I get to bomb your car. Like
Damn
I get
right.
to.
I'm a Diddy Kid Cudi. You what we doing?
Jeez. Kid Cudi run.
Like, yo.
But here's what I'm saying, right? When it
You
comes,
can't dictate the rules once you cheat.
look, when it comes to a divorce, right?
Yeah.
I know a couple of divorce attorneys, and when they say that they have like their clients are going through divorces, one of the things that usually makes it no holds barred is cheating, right? But that is used strategically. What ends up happening often is ladies who will come to divorce,
Lack of sex.
lack of sex, right? They will do this until their partner cheats. Meanwhile, they have been plotting all along. They have the side account that does XYZ, and they're just waiting for proof of the affair that they're essentially forcing their partner into to validate what they've been doing, right? So that's why I say
But
the whole cheating is wrong.
That's foul. That's foul. If the husband didn't cheat and the husband didn't do anything wrong, and you're just doing it to get him to cheat, that's foul.
But that's the gray line because then it's like anything else, right? You can say that somebody cheated on you, but the question is when you guys have that discussion is why, right? Some people will automatically think, well, obviously they lack moral character, they lack self-control, they did it for their own benefit.
Yeah.
But what if the relationship itself had its flaws, had its issues, and that's what drove you to do it? Because in the case of those men, they're literally being deprived of something, and then they go cheat.
But did they have that conversation with their partner?
Generally, most of the time they do.
No, if you have that conversation with your partner, it changes things a little bit. It's still wrong, but it changes things a little bit. We're talking about the people who she went out to cheat just because she felt like she could.
Well, that's
She didn't go out to cheat.
She went out to
She
cheat.
cheated when she was out, but she didn't go out to cheat.
She was at a family function and said, you know what, I'm going to do some cheating today.
I mean, you know a bachelorette party is her life. There's liquor, there's drugs, there's niggas. Like, she didn't go out to cheat. She wasn't like, let me put my cheating panties on.
I bet half of my bank account that she cheated more than once.
Yeah, that was just the time she
That
got
was just
caught.
the time when she did it in front of people.
I mean,
but that's even the crazier part.
Dating somebody
If she
with
would have
low
done
self-esteem
it in like
is like
secrecy and like, you know what I mean?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
you doing it in front of your family,
Right.
that's to me, that's out of pocket. There's no rules to the game after that.
yeah, either way,
There's
I
no
think
rules
that
to the game.
dude is not the asshole for what he did because I think, again, all of it was purely situational. I think it was his intent was to stay with her. He had grown familiar. He would literally offer to take her across country with him, build part of that life with her. And she was like, nah. And as a matter of fact, if you still go, you wasted my life. And you're like, whoa. You're not going to drop some heavy bullshit on me like that after you thought it was oh so great to hold back this secret. Your family had to drop a
I would have
bombshell
paid to
on
see
me.
her face. That shit
Like-
must have been wild.
Wild. Yeah.
That was great. Send more.
Yo, you're dramatic. You're very dramatic.
That's fine.
E, I know you were talking about the Young Thug trial briefly. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like with the Young Thug thing, we got to watch a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it's still unfolding.
Stay tuned.
It's still
Stay
unfolding.
tuned.
So probably next episode we could tap into that because it's a lot that's happening.
That's a lot to unpack. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
And by that point, shit, I don't know. We might be in an episode of
Hopefully.
Power or something for that one.
Fact.
Yeah.
In the meantime, guys, thank you for joining us. Send your confessions, send your opinions, write your opinions in the comments. This has been Tez with Real and Uncomfortable. That's Rayven.
Hey.
That's E-Man.
Yes.
Tune in next time.
Yes.
You guys didn't mention anything about your boy from Power, right? Getting sexually assaulted.
Get sexually
Oh,
assaulted.
I forgot about
Oh, damn.
We definitely have to bring that up.
Mid-episode?
We have to bring that up. 50 hit him with the, he's fine. He's good.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
That's what he said?
Ain't nobody suing over here. We good.
Suing is crazy.
That's the unfortunate double standard, though. That's the
Who was the girl?
It was
The
there
host
was a
sister.
streamer. Yeah, a streamer's was it little sister?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought it
Oh,
was
she
older
was
sister.
going crazy though. What was she?
But what was the?
Bro, she just grabbed.
Why
it.
she
Just
did
grabbing
that?
this, yeah.
Why she do that?
She's a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
She's
mean,
a fan.
big
You in my
fan.
house.
if it's never happened to you, you ugly.
That's a fact.
Yeah, they just kind of went to the.
If it's never happened to you, you ugly,
That's a
boy.
fact. Or you ain't got no dick print.